Everyone has heard of St. Patrick, and everyone knows that his feast day is on the 17th of March. But not everyone knows the truth about this great saint of the Catholic Church, instead choosing to spend his feast day in a celebration of drinking, shamrocks, leprechauns, and other cartoon Irishness. The real story of St. Patrick is much more interesting than a sea of green and pints of Guinness stout. He was born in Britain under the rule of the Romans in the 4th century AD, the son of a Catholic deacon. He spent his childhood in Britain, and when he was about 16, he was captured and taken as a slave to Ireland, where he was forced to work as a herdsman. According to his own account of his time in captivity, his faith grew when he was a slave, and he prayed daily. After 6 years of slavery, he received a vision where a voice told him that he would soon go home and that his ship was ready. Heeding the vision, he fled his master and ran to a port 200 miles away where he found a ship. After many adventures, he returned to Britain and was reunited with his family. As his father before him, he entered the church. A few years after returning home, he had another vision. He was given a letter headed, "The Voice of the Irish." He heard the voices of the Irish people crying to him, saying, "We appeal to you, holy servant boy, to come and walk among us." Patrick decided that God wanted him to go to Ireland and preach there, and so he left Britain, becoming a missionary among the Irish people. Patrick's time in Ireland was very successful, and he baptized thousands with his own hands, ordained many priests, and converted the several kings, queens, princes, and princesses to Christianity. But he was always in a precarious position. As a man of God, he refused to accept money and bribes from kings and princes, and this placed him outside the traditional structure of Irish politics. He had no powerful protector among the kings, and he was often in great danger. He writes that once he was beaten, robbed of all he had, and bound in chains, awaiting execution. Yet despite all of this, Patrick was a successful missionary, and by the 8th century was venerated as the patron of Ireland, as he still is today. There are many legends about him. Some of the pagan stories show him as a warrior, striking down the pagan idols and fighting with the Druids. But perhaps the best known is that he banished all snakes from Ireland. There is little evidence to suggest that this is literally true. Modern science tells us that there were never any snakes in Ireland. However, the serpent is a symbol of paganism, the Druids, and also the heresy of Pelagianism. It is certainly the case that Patrick fought against all of these and threw them right out of Ireland. Patrick is also associated with the shamrock, a leaf with 3 lobes. He used it to explain the Trinity, saying it was 3 leaves and yet 1 leaf. He showed his brilliance as a missionary by using this common plant to explain a very complex idea to the people of Ireland. And this story is so well known that the shamrock has become the symbol of both Patrick and Ireland. So this feast day of St. Patrick, let us remember the story of the real man behind the legends and fables. And let's remember most especially that the real St. Patrick was a pious and holy bishop who spoke against all manner of paganism and unchristian behavior. He would not approve of the many drunken celebrations carried out in his name.